I mean, they can't stick with anything. And in order to do something of greatness, it requires a steady application over a period of time. The old days of a craftsman going through years of apprenticeship in order to be world class at something. Now we want to just snap our fingers and instantaneously be able to do this because we carry this magic wand around in our hand that if we push a button, stuff shows up on our porch. I mean, it's magic. And anything we want, you can get anything you want on this thing very, very quickly. You can't even have a good argument because you can get the answer to the problem at there. And you know, we used to sit around and have fights at dinner and our family and argue about whether somebody was right or not. Now somebody goes and looks on the internet and finds the answer. And well, George is just wrong. Henry's right. You know, and it's just, so this attention span thing is a problem. And really what that is underneath, without shaming someone or trying to shame a whole generation, I'm not doing that, because there's people within each generation that don't do this or that break free from it, it's emotional maturity. The ability to delay pleasure is a sign of maturity. That's what grown-ups do. Children do what feels good. YOLO. You only live once. Quick. Instead of like, I'm going to sacrifice to get a greater outcome. I'm going to live like no one else so that later I can live and give like no one else. I've got to have the moment at this moment. That is a childish expression of any area of your life. It will destroy your marriage. It will raise horrible children. You know, it'll mess up your career, and it certainly will mess up your money. Short-term thinking. The get rich quick has never worked at any time in the world as an ongoing, provable, sustainable process. It's always, and that's where the tortoise and the hare Aesop's fable comes from, right? And so we got to stick with this idea, and that even includes our generosity. You know, we were starting to talk about generosity, and the generosity with these folks, with these millionaires that we studied, is a steady thing, like their savings is a steady thing. They're not trying to have this one big event that says, look at me, how generous I am. Instead, they're fairly quiet about it, almost absurdly quiet and anonymous about it, and they steadily give in to something that they believe in. If they're a Christian, they're going and giving a tithe at their local church. If they're Jewish, they might also be tithing at their synagogue. You know, regardless of your faith background, there's not a religious background on the planet that does not have a steady giving rhythm as a part of its teaching. Every one of them do, because it's how you build character.